Hello, my name is Michi Wiancko. I'm a composer, a violinist, and a curator. I'm originally from Southern California, but I went to school in Cleveland and then New York City, and now I'm based in Western Massachusetts with my family. When the Bardin-Niscala duo first approached me about creating a new work that had to do with my own personal identity, I was extremely excited about the idea. My mother is still living in Southern California, but she was born and raised in Japan, and though she has been an American citizen for the majority of her life. My father, who's now passed, was born and raised in a small rural town in Oklahoma with Polish heritage. So I identify as biracial and multiracial. I identify as an American and also a Japanese American. And growing up, there were many times when I felt quite confused and conflicted about my own identity, especially as someone who has personally experienced discrimination and racism, and also has experienced the benefits of white privilege. And so over the decades, I learned to see this, to see my own heritage and identity as a strength and a profound asset. And I deeply believe that cultural and racial richness and multiplicity deserve to be seen as truly positive and powerful forces in society. So when Naomi and Anlin approached me and expressed interest in a piece that's centered around a folk song that might be resonant to me personally, um, and they also mentioned this idea of writing a piece that reflected a historical injustice that overlapped somehow with my own personal heritage. So I chewed on this for a while. I found these to be two very interesting ideas, especially to put into one work. Um, and then it all sort of gelled and came together in a way that I found really gratifying. I've been wanting to write a piece for many years that cites the Japanese American internment camps. And just to give a bit of background on this, in 1942, a U.S. executive order was signed that forced the imprisonment of 110,000 Japanese people and people of Japanese descent, including elderly and families, children, and the sick, for the duration of the war. And often referred to as relocation, this insane event eliminated their constitutional rights and portrayed them as the foreign enemy. So the government stole their homes, their businesses, their personal property, their livelihoods, and moved them into these camps. And out of the 110,000 people who were incarcerated, 70,000 of them were U.S. citizens, American citizens, born and raised in the U.S., with no charges of disloyalty against them. So this will never cease to be a mind-blowing fact to me. And this felt important to me to reference this time in American history, especially as it was something that for me personally was not taught. It wasn't taught to me in my schools. So as far as the folk song, I chose a song called Furusato, which in Japanese means hometown. And this is a nationally beloved children's song that has personal significance since it's my mother's favorite song. It was her favorite song as a child when she grew up in wartime Japan, and it remains her favorite song as an adult. And so my piece also pays tribute to a sentiment, a Japanese sentiment called gaman, Gaman. And this is a word that means bearing the seemingly unbearable with dignity and patience. So I put together some visuals that could accompany a live performance of this work or a video of this work that depict paintings, crafts, and beautiful artwork by the women, men, and children that were in these camps. So ultimately, this piece is inspired by this community of my people who endured this painful time of fear and racism and injustice with courage and grace, and who found perseverance and resilience in each other and in their own cultural and artistic heritage. So just want to express much gratitude to the Bardin Niscala duo for their vision-based and humanity-centered commissioning work, which is quite inspiring. And many thanks to all of you for listening. I hope you enjoy it.